Hey there everyone, I went out today and bought some makeup that I did not need, and I'm going to show some of it to you today. I have on the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat on my eyes today. Isn't that a pretty little package? And I also have on a new bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They have a new range of bronzers and I have one of them on right now. So let's talk about this Naked Petite Heat. This is something I did not absolutely need. I went into Sephora, I had some things to return, I exchanged and got this because I just wanted something new. This is really cute. It's all mattes except for this one color here, which is a little bit of sort of an eggshell sheen. They're all mattes and it is meant to, I guess, complement and go with the Naked Heat palette. I'm going to show you guys what I think about, is it too similar to the Naked Heat palette that if you have that palette, do you need to get this? And I will, of course, show you how I did this look today. So, all mattes except for this one shadow on the end here, which I think is a really good highlighter, by the way. Let me swatch these. Here we are. You can probably barely see this one here. It's a bunch of more orangey toned warms, again, with the purple throne in there. This color here is really bright, and I have that on part of my lid today. It may be a little too bright, but it's not as bright as the Sassy Sienna's palette from Dose of Colors. That was just too orange. So again, richly pigmented, of course, on these. The mattes, richly pigmented. You've got that little bit of a satin sheen on this highlighter color right here. Let's take a look at how I applied this today, and then we will talk about comparisons. Okay, this may turn out to be quite a bit brighter than I was thinking, but I'm going to start by going over my entire lid with this color called Vibrate right here. Get a base to put everything on. It's a fairly warm base and it's nicely pigmented. Actually has more color to it than I had thought. I'm putting that almost all the way up to my brow bone. I'm going to use the lighter shade that they have in here under my brow bone, so I won't put this one up quite that high, but almost. That color has enough pigment, it's almost like you can just wear it by itself if you just want to put a single shade on and not mess with anything for the day. Okay, Hot Spell is going to be my crease shade right here. And I like it already. It's just like you could just throw this on, have a little warmth on your eye, and you'd be good. I may need to just stop here because this next color is getting really bright. Very bright orange wild thing. I'm going to start by putting that in here, and I'm going to kind of ombre across the eye with the next three colors. Not a big fan of orange, but that's why I like the Naked Heat, just the heat, because it's not really oranges in there, it's more warm pinks. Boy. Okay, now Heist. That's this color right here. Probably can't even really, yeah, you can see the difference. I'm like, you probably can't even see the difference in the color, but it is visible. And this beautiful purple called Strike in the outer corner. Very pretty color, very pretty purple. Using my Sigma blending brush for blending, I'm gonna hit these edges here. Okay, I like it. I didn't know if I'd like it, but I like it. I love this highlighter color in this palette. It's called Inhale. It is a white pearliness. And it's a really good highlight color. Look at that. Okay, a little Hot Spell under here. Hot Spell is the color I used in my crease and transition area. Until all these warm color palettes came out, I never ever would have thought I could wear warms like this. I always thought it would always have to be cool colors, neutral colors, but this has really kind of opened up my world here. And a little strike in the outer edge. And then, of course, combining warms and purple together is just so pretty. Another thing I never would have thought to do. So, if you have the Naked Heat, do you need the Petite Heat? I would almost say no, not really. But like I said, I just felt like something new. I just needed something new. A lot of these colors will compare directly with the Naked Heat. Your highlighter colors are very similar. This one I would say is a little whiter and brighter. There's a color similar to this in the palette. I would say maybe this He Devil color here. This one here is similar to maybe this color right here. There are similarities, and then of course this is very similar to that. It's just a lighter version really of that. Except for this bright orange right here. It is really orange. It is really, really orange. So besides that color, there are a lot of really close colors. Look how close this one and this one here are. They're very close. I would say if you have this, you don't need this, especially since I love the fact that this one has some metallics in it and sort of shimmery colors. This one only has that one sort of satin finish one. I would say you don't really need it unless you just need a boost like I needed today. I think it's pretty, but again, you probably have a drawer full of warm palettes already like I do, and I don't think it's just super necessary. It did turn out pretty today though, I think. Anastasia Beverly Hills has a new line of bronzers. These are powder bronzer, they're called. This one that I got, the color I got is called Rich Amber. There are 6 or 7 of these shades. And this one is actually pretty deep. I didn't really see a lot of difference in like a really light one and a really dark one. I tried to find the lightest one I could, but they're not really so much light to dark as they are just different tones, just different undertones and different shades. This looks quite matte, and look at the size of it. This is a big bronzer. Looks quite matte in the pan, but it actually has a bit of a sheen to it, if you can see. Right through here, and I'll show you me applying it. That's when you can really see the sheen. Let's take a look at this color here on the back of my hand. Nice deep bronzy color. Not reddish, not orangey, none of those things. You can see the sheen on it. You see that shine on it? That's kind of why I picked it up, is because it has that little bit of sheen. I do like a bronzer with maybe a little shine. Kind of gives you that, you know, been in the sun sort of look. And you get quite a bit of product there, don't you? Look at the top of this. I hadn't noticed this until just recently, but the top of this is just so pretty. The packaging is gorgeous. And you're going to get the edge of my ring light, but there's no other way to show you how pretty is that. It's sort of like a clear dome, and then underneath you have those little ABH symbols. How pretty. ABH is coming out with the neatest stuff. I have on again today the Amrezi highlighter. I do have on a different highlighter under it. That's why it's looking quite so white. The Amrezi is quite gold, but I do have 2 layers on. That's why it's looking so white. That Amrezi highlighter is my favorite right now. I'm using it all the time. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you later.